Yeah, a big welcome to you, my dear Pisces, and always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like this constellation has an inspiration for them as well. I always do the reading on the day the moon is in your sign. That means when I look at the moon right now, I see constellation Pisces behind it. And of course, when I look at the sun, I see the constellation Libra behind it that gives the moon its light for you to look into the subconscious right now. So there is a beautiful energy that's saying, hey, look deep within, because you are the one that is always helping others to look into the subconscious. You are the one that is highlighting, or actually not even highlighting, you're the one that is actually dark. You're the one that is helping others to see the light, and you're the one that is always there for all 12 zodiac signs, right? So this planet of yours and the moon that is connected with you is actually going through all the zodiac signs. So we see here that the understanding of a specific thought is helping you to see what's happening here in the subconscious. It's helping you to evolve out of the deep oceans of the waters, like this Cancer or this lobsters coming out, and like then the wolf is evolving into the dog that is then evolving further up through these two types of energies, which is male and female, inhale and exhale, and going up into this moon that is changing and shifting all the time. So the yoga position that I did for Libra is standing squat and on the tiptoes, holding yourself in the namaste, where the scale is balancing itself in front of your heart with the symbol of Venus and the wheel of fortune, the clear thought coming to the third eye, and we humans down here understanding the yin and the yang and the pillars of the waning and waxing moon. The position for Pisces is fish pose, plus up dog, down dog. One is the wolf, one is the dog as an evolution. And so we start realizing that we can take on these positions ourselves and feel within us what these poses do to us. The last reading you had the full moon in Pisces and sun in Virgo, because Virgo is opposite of you. This is your shadow side, and of course for Virgo you are the shadow side. So stay true to yourself no matter what was the message right here. So now let's have a look what Libra is wanting to tell you, or what Libra wants to highlight in your subconscious. I am using 12 cards because I realized that it was getting a little too confusing also for me. And I'm reading the cards from left to right again, except on your full moon. I will do a soul reading from right to left. That means from left to right is this 365 days cycle that the Earth does around the sun. And the big cycle is the Earth itself spinning from right to left in itself, and that one lasts 25,800 years, which is then an age, right? And it was right now the age of Pisces. We are slowly moving into the age of Aquarius. So you had basically the sun in your sign for 2,150 years. A big energy was like giving you power and giving you the light, and slowly that is diminishing, and slowly that is shifting into another sign, and that is not easy. So on the position of the Fool comes the Page of Wand. And the Page of Wand, as we can see, is the young generation of all three fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And tomorrow is a full moon in Aries. So I have a feeling this is an Aries energy telling you to move forward, even though the soul path is pointing to the other direction. So you begin to see that you are taking with these red stockings the path forward, and your body part are the feet. So you are invited to take action, to take that fire that tomorrow happens in the full moon of Aries. Take that step forward, take that step into the small cycle 365, right? Take that step forward and do what you always wanted to do, because then on the position of the magician comes Taming the Wind. And Taming the Wind is the card number 55 and is saying, speak the truth. The 10, the 1 and the 0 is the beginning, right, of a new era, of a new stepping forward. Also, your court card, I forgot, is here the Knight of Cups. If your birthday is between February 8th and March 11th, this is your court card speaking to you directly, which is going to come later in the reading. So yes, you are walking. You're not sitting on a horse anymore. Now you're walking. You are humbly walking, like the Fool is letting you know, take your feet forward. And so you are walking with your feet into the number 2 times 5, a portal. So that's why I don't calculate it together. I keep it 5, 5, because 2 times 5 is the speaking the truth, creatively speaking the truth, so no one gets really hurt, right? Being cautious. And that's exactly what Libra does. That's exactly the sword that's coming into the third eye, so that Libra can speak and have the conversation that Libra likes to have, because Libra likes to speak about the things that Libra has understood, or the beauty Libra has seen. And so you're getting from Libra that push into this Taming the Wind, looking forward and seeing that you have the power now to be empowered, right, through the magician, through here this beautiful card. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is a Leo, and it's saying the Prince of the Chariot of Fire. And so yes, you see all of a sudden that yes, maybe this is not an Aries, but it's a Leo, and he is immediately, if he follows this guidance here, he's immediately catapulted from a page into a king or into a prince, where he has a chariot and he can go forward. But this is usually Leo, so there is maybe an Aries or maybe a Leo energy that is influencing you right now on a spiritual level, right? The spiritual level that's saying find the middle way of black and white, of yes and no, of all the dualities that challenge us and that bring the tests to us so that we can evolve and that we can grow. So you can see how he is looking into the taming of the wind. It's almost like he's saying, stop, right? What are you doing here? Where you want to go? You have to go in the other direction. Nevertheless, this is the situation. And then comes on the position of the Empress comes the High Priestess, or here La Papesse. which is the French word for high priestess or the female pope. And she gives birth, the Empress, she gives birth to a new spirituality, a new way of saying, let's take care of dualities, let's see how we can evolve, how we can grow, how we can then come and bring ourselves into our own center. Because, I mean, this is the small cycle, right? So here you can see now they're looking into the big cycle. Leo's looking into the big cycle, and the High Priestess is looking into the big cycle. While he is looking into the small cycle, he is looking from the outside to the within. He is going the 365 days. While this personality has learned enough to say, yes, but the spiritual path is really guiding you. And that's why you have to learn how to tame the wind. You have to learn to see that through the wind, the information comes to you. And that's the spiritual information that comes also through Libra, which is an air sign. So here we see that something is evolving within your consciousness. Then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes here the change of season, the number 42. And the number 42 then becomes the 6. And she is looking at the Papes, the High Priestess, and she's literally saying, okay, I understand something. I understand that everything is shifting and changing, seasons are changing, that there is always just 1 year, though we have calculated years after years after years, and we can say, you know, 1,000 years, 500 years, or 2 years ago, or 1,000,000 years ago. And so we think that's where we can attach ourselves, but in the truth, it's always 1 year, 365 days, where the Earth is spinning around the Sun. So there's a change of season coming, and that happened with the fall season of Libra. The equinox, the day and night are equal, and that's when fall began, right? So fall has begun. And here you are realizing, okay, I am willing to shift and change, because on the position of Libra, which is then coming after the Wheel of Fortune, comes the Emperor. And the Emperor, the card number 4, is literally looking at us and is saying, okay, here we have now a whole new way of looking at things, because here we have the number 2, and here we have the number 4, and here we have a 42. So there is a 2 to this 4, and then there's a 2 to this 4. And it's very interesting, right? You can see there is this, okay, he is literally saying, no, look at me. The sheep is looking into the big cycle, she is looking into the big cycle, and she is looking into the big cycle. And the break is with the Emperor, who's literally saying, okay, I'm looking at you, and you got to understand that you have the power to create in the big cycle things that you cannot even imagine that you can create. I bring clarity to you. I bring the Emperor to you. I bring tomorrow the full moon of Aries. And so it is an Aries, right? It is an Aries that is here waking up, and the King of Wands is a Leo. It's a masculine energy, because Aries is the Queen of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands, we have the King of Wands, and we have here the 3 generations of fire signs, right? So there is a lot of fire going on, a lot of energy that is happening tomorrow in this full moon of Aries speaking to you. On the position of the Hanged Man comes now the invitation to let go, letting go into the Aqua Aura. And the Aqua Aura is the number 5. and saying to you, so now we have 3 times 5, right? 555 portal. The aqua aura is saying you are now connecting with the infinite potential. You have a new sense of being, and you have now a way of being newly excited and newly being inspired, right? Because the Earth is only a planet within a solar system of a lot of more galaxies than we could ever imagine. So this infinite universe is so huge that we sometimes forget, right, that how small our galaxy is, or our solar system is. The fantastic thing is that we can recognize this power, and that we have power over it. With the 4, with the Emperor, you're getting that message. You're getting the message that 5-5, taming the wind, and the aqua aura is letting you know, with the wind comes the information that there are much grander, much bigger things at stake or waiting for us to be discovered that we could ever imagine. So allow this message to come to you through the aqua aura, through the number 5, because then on the position of the Tower comes Scorpio. And it's very interesting, in the German reading we also had Scorpio in this reading. And so the Tower is saying, yes, let go of the ego, because that's what the tail of the Scorpio does. And also the Sun is in the next month in Scorpio, so already Scorpio is speaking to you into the next reading, into the next month, saying, yes, look at this, let go of you thinking you can do anything that you want with your head. You also gotta do it with your feet. You gotta walk with those red stockings. You gotta keep walking, because you gotta come out of the waters and then walk. You gotta use your feet, and you gotta go forward and transcend the energy that is here speaking to you through Scorpio, which in here is a fire animal, because Scorpio is a water animal, right, in the next month. So it's saying here, passionate, competitive, intense, towered isolation. When in balance, it's wild and free and fierce. So I hope you are wild and free and fierce, and not in isolation, and not into something that you want to control, by the way, knowing that you could just kill someone by the tail that is here up in the top over your head. And so from here I put then the Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups will then go to the Moon position. And so you are invited to let go of that ego, to be fully immersed into the feeling of love, a love that you have let go, really truly let go. It has fallen down, the crown has fallen down. This crown that is above you, you gotta let go of the way of thinking that you can control things with your head. You cannot. You can only follow your heart, and you can only go the path into the Moon, right? On the position of the Moon comes now the drifter, the experiencing life as it comes. And here you are seeing that something is really of a path that gives you the number 14, the 1 and the 4. You already have the 4 here, the Emperor. And on the position of the Magician we have taming the wind, speaking your truth, speaking that which you think is really of importance. And the 14 is another 5, so you have 5, 5, and you have this 5, and you have another 5. So you have 4 times the 5, which is speaking, 4 times the 5 is speaking about the heart speaks the truth, and from the heart we express our truth. And so he is walking inspired by the Scorpio, right? Or if I put it here, he sees Scorpion, he's like, okay, I gotta understand, I gotta let go of the ego, but I'm putting you here. You have this ego consciousness behind you. You keep walking forward, and you are walking now into the drifter. You're walking into something that is helping you to see that what lights you up, experiencing life as it comes and seeking the essence but not knowing the form. The drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine, to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. There we go. So that's the message that you're getting. And once you have embodied that, then you can go forward into the sun, which then is here coming as the number 22, and the number 22 will be able to connect with the puppies. So we have a 2 portal here. 3 times the 2 is having power in the creativity and sexuality. And as you can see, again, there is movement, there is the motion of air, the taming, the wind. There is something that's saying to you, keep moving, keep going. Your white horse is helping you to move forward through the sun that is actually now highlighting the moon, your moon, through Libra, and Libra is an air sign. And so the information is coming directly also through the change of season, through this wind, right, through the movement. And also the drifter is moving in a way, right? The drifter is moving forward. And you understand also the 2 would be, if I calculate it together, a 4, right? So there is a power in the in the air. There is something in the air that is letting you know something is shifting, something is really big, changing at this full moon tomorrow. And so you are walking forward into that direction, right? So the moon and the sun are actually letting you know, hey, things are shifting, things are changing, and it's changing into the distraction on the position of the judgment, or of the wake-up call, of the rising, of the awakening. A big awakening is saying distractions. When you are trying to solve a problem, you will often be tested by distractions. So what is the distraction, right? Is the distraction that you are drifting here with this energy? Is it that you have the sun awakening you here, that you have an empowerment that is saying something is shifting and moving, and you are deeply distracted to it, right? Is the sun saying to you, hey, you gotta awaken, that something is, moving, something is flying, something is shifting, that you are trying to solve a problem, but you will be tested by distractions? And it's the number 56, which then becomes an 11. And the 11 is here, the wind. How do you tame the wind? Are you able to tame the wind? Are you able to see that things are moving and shifting? Even here with the sun is letting you know now the sun is in Libra, awakening, right, to something that you gotta awaken, because then comes Libra. There is something with Libra. Libra is saying, yes, awaken on the position of the world. Libra is coming up and is saying, have a look at everything in a very precise way. It's almost like it's saying, you gotta really wake up because things are shifting. There is a big shift. There is a wake-up call. There is something that's saying, hey, you are gotta experience life as it comes, but you also gotta see that these distractions are something that you gotta have to experience, that you gotta have to awaken to, because then comes here the page again, right? The page that has learned his lesson and can go to the next round, which is then, of course, here Scorpio. In the next round, Scorpio is going to speak to him, which is coming after Libra, right? So there is really a message saying, well, in this month you can still do things right. In this month you can still change things, and you can shift yourself. You can grow yourself out of something that's really saying justice is here. Justice is speaking to you. There is a just energy through the sun that is speaking now to you, right? And through the Emperor tomorrow, the full moon in Aries, right? The sun, you know, the movement of these horses that are saying something is in motion, something is coming to you in a very big time. And so I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's when we have already a message from Scorpio with the Tower. On the position of the Tower, you see there is something that wants to speak to you, very profound, a wake-up call, a transformation, a way of you not being stuck too much in the way you do things. So until then, I thank you very much for being with me. Namaste.